Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today officially kicks off the 3rd annual 12 Days of Christmas sewing series. Clemmy and I are here with, well, she's wearing one of them right now. That wasn't going to be the first day, but I guess it kind of works out because she's here. And I don't know when she'll come back. So, okay, day 1, dog bandanas. This was super fun, really quick. And I loved being able to use my fabric that I designed. I loved that the base is like a cotton canvas. It was a perfect substrate to do this type of double-sided bandana. As you can see, it fits around her collar, and I was able to add a little woven label, and I added one of my super special cork tags, which I'll show you later in the video. The link for these will be down below, but yeah, a lot of fun. She doesn't seem to mind wearing it. She's used to wearing a bandana. I have a cool purple Grateful Dead one that she wears a lot, but this is nice because it just fits directly on her collar and I don't have to worry about adjusting it. So, what do you think? Strong opinions. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoy and I will see you at the end of the video. To get started, you need to cut out 2 pieces of fabric. I am using this fabric that I designed, and it is like a cotton canvas blend of sorts. So it's not super thick, but you can see it has like nice structure. It still drapes nicely, but I don't feel the need to interface it. Whereas if I was using 100% quilting cotton, I think that that would feel a little bit more flimsy. So decide what you want to use. And you're gonna cut 2 pieces. And if you wanna do a small dog bandana, you're gonna cut it 10 inches wide by 8 inches tall. If you want a medium, which is what I'm doing, you're gonna cut it 12 inches wide by 10 inches tall. And if you wanna do a large bandana, you're gonna do 14 inches wide by 12 inches tall. So again, I'm doing the medium, and it ends up being this size, which fits right over the collar, and it's more of like a traditional, if you took a bandana and you folded it and wrapped it around their neck for them to wear it, that's what this ends up being. And Clementine is used to wearing a bandana, so I think that this is going to be the perfect size for her. So if you have directional fabric, make sure that you have both of the tops at the top of your station. And what we're going to do is line them up on your cutting mat, and we're going to measure down 3 inches, and then we're also going to find our center. And you're going to connect those 2 dots, and we're going to create the point of the bandana. So 3 inches from the top and to the middle. Now, if you're doing the size small, you're going to measure 2 inches to the middle. And if you're doing the large, you're going to measure from 4 inches to the middle. Okay, so now we have our bandana shape. And what we need to do is go to the machine, and we're going to stitch just across the top here using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And at this point, if you wanted to add a tag or anything like that, it'll be easier to do now while you've got the breathing room to do so. So I'm gonna grab one of these cork tags that coordinate with fabric. Jade at Heartwood and Hide made these for me. They are available on the page on my website now. If you want to grab some, it's all 4 of the designs. So it's the tomato, the rose, the lightning bolt, and the swallow. And they come with brown, black, white, and then there's 3 vivids as well. So the lime green and purple and one other color that I am blanking on. We obviously, when we were designing them, I tested out a bunch of different options. But let's see, I need to decide. I kind of like this purple bolt. It's cute. The tags are really cute. So on the Vivids, the printing is a rainbow, which I love. But on the neutrals, the printing is just black or white, depending on the color of the tag. So I'm going to stick this down. Just grab a piece of tape here. And let's see. So now we need to be cognizant of where we put it, because this whole 3-inch section up here will be the channel for the collar to slip through. So you need it to be down in this triangular section. Oh, they're like almost the exact same cut. Maybe right there, right here. Let's see, I want to see if I can get it centered. What I love about this fabric too is it holds a finger press, and it's not super sharp. I don't know if the camera's picking up on that, but just that gentle finger press holds, which is really nice. Makes it really easy to work with. Okay, so I'm going to put mine, I'm gonna put it down here just to be safe. So I'm gonna put my tag right there, but if you wanted to do a woven label, you could add that later whenever we are stitching up our sides. But for now, lay your pieces right sides together, and we're gonna go and top stitch just along this top edge here. I'm using Tex 80 thread from Wizardry in the color Lilac, and a size 4.5 stitch length and a size 18 needle. So now that we have this done, what I'm going to do is take this to my heat press, and I'm going to butterfly this seam open and press it flat. I almost forgot to stitch down my tag, so I'm doing that really quick before we move on. Ooh, almost went right off of it. The tags are great because Jade worked in a seam allowance so that you can stitch it at an 1/8 inch and not get near the actual print, which is really thoughtful. I love the work that they do over there at Heartwood and Hyde. Okay, now we have everything all stitched up. I have my seams pressed open, so this is what it looks like. And next step is to fold over these side edges, and we're going to top stitch these down as well. So I'm just gonna toss a couple clips in here. And before I stitch, I'll definitely press it to get a nice crisp edge. But to get me over to the heat press, I will clip it before I stitch it. Okay, so I'm gonna heat press this, and then I'm gonna go back to the machine, and I'm just gonna top stitch down this top edge and this bottom edge here. So we've got our sides stitched down. I went ahead and heat pressed it one more time just to keep it nice and crispy. And then what we're going to do is fold this down. And what should happen is our top seam line should end up at the very top, and our points should meet up as well. And I know most of you have never met Clemmy, and you probably never will, but I thought that this Happy to See You tag would be more than fitting for her. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in here too. She is just such a wiggle monster. She loves meeting people. She's the sweetest girl on the planet. She has a little bit of an issue with boundaries, but we still love her. So get it all clipped into place. And then now we're gonna go back, and starting right here, we're gonna stitch down and then back up. Be sure to back stitch well at start and stop. Now I'm just going to trim down this little section by my point, so that way I have less bulk in that area, and then you flip the bandana right side out. And then if you have a poker or long stick, this is a good time to use that to get this point down here. And then you can just drag it across your seam on the inside and pull it to make sure that it's seated correctly. And then same over here. That little tag is so cute. Okay, now the last step. I'm going to press it so that it's nice and crisp. But what I'm going to do now is you're going to stitch this triangle here to top stitch, and this stitch line here will create this channel for the collar to go through. So I'm going to just make a couple of marks so that I have a visual of where I'm stitching. And I'm basically going to right here where my seam is, where that joint is. And that will give you more than enough room for the hardware and for everything else. Like the strap slide and the buckle are a lot thicker than the actual collar itself. So having that extra breathing room will make it easier to thread the collar on. So that's about 2.5 inches now. I'm just going to make a couple little ticks here. There we go. So now I'm going to just press this really well and then go top stitch. It's all done. We've completed our project. The last thing to do is just to feed the collar through the channel. And get it to where you want it to sit. And there we go. Isn't that just the most darling thing ever? I love it.
You're not Clemmy. Where's Clemmy?
You want to try it on? Here, we.
Oh, come here.
Come here, Juppies.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Come here. Okay, come here. Go show the camera. Oh, look. Come here. Come here.
So my niece calls Clemmy Licky Dog, and it's because she just constantly, I don't know if you can see her, she's laying upside down. I'll tilt you down. Oh, she was laying her head back upside down, which is kind of one of her power moves. She sleeps like that a lot. But yeah, Licky Dog, and she was just licking my elbow when I was trying to start the camera. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the kickoff video for the 3rd annual 12 Days of Christmas, and I will see you back here tomorrow.